My name is Adam Porzak with Porzak Golf, taking your game to the next level. We're stepping inside a lesson now with Matt Huo, a great player from UC Riverside. Matt needed a little bit help with his driver, so I lost a driver in this lesson. Had to give mine away. It happened to fit him better. So hopefully he's getting fit right now for a better one. But we also talked a little bit about some specifics to wedge setup, flighting the golf ball down, the little bit of a knockdown mentality with a tight ball flight. We also talked a little bit about shot shaping and visualizing on the driving range. Matt's swing was very good going into this lesson. He just needed to put himself in an on-course setting even when he's on the driving range. Hope you guys enjoy this lesson. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Love when the clouds are like this.
Is it not? This is so nice out here right now. It's gonna be a lot nicer when Matt starts hitting some nice high draws.
Where am I going?
All right, let's go black flag here, okay? So see those three trees? You have 1, 2, 3, kind of look the same. It's a tight fairway. Well, let's play that as the fairway. Wind coming out of the left right now. We gotta remember these balls that we're using because you hit it so long, we are toned it down a little bit. They'll be a little more affected by the wind. I got you, dude.
Catch is so far off.
Let's hit that. This is the little sledgehammer right here. Dude, for a yellow ball, that's unbelievable, right? For a yellow ball, that's like that ball takes like 40% off too. No, here's the difference here. Let me see this.
I mean, I know it's shorter.
I mean, clearly, right?
A lot, yeah.
A lot. I mean, look at me, look at you, but I mean, I just feel that a shorter driver sometimes is really good and easier to control, especially when you make such a good swing and have a hard time controlling this one. It's not just about the shaft, but just the shaft length. So, it's about getting into the right setup, and this one gets you over it a little bit, and I believe helps you play a little more underneath you. And for being a tall guy, being on top of it's not that bad.
So I just cut it to your length?
That was my recommendation, remember, with the...
Yeah, because I cut it between yours and mine. Well, I cut it, not all the way to yours, but,
yeah,
close, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was longer than that before.
What's really interesting is, people would think, because, look how much taller you are than me. We all know, you know what I mean? I live this life, dude. But here's the thing. People would always think that because you're taller, you'd be a greater distance from the golf ball than a guy like me. It's actually the complete opposite. It's because I'm short that in the golf club industry is different, that, my club would only be a little bit shorter than yours, but yet you're 8 inches taller than I am, right? And I'm actually more at an extension away from the ball. If you stepped into my setup, you'd be like, dude, you're a mile from the golf ball. Taller guys are more on top of it, over and on top of it. So it's not necessarily that you need to have the longest driver out there. You already rip it. You just need to hit fairways. A lot of guys out there, a lot of great players go with a much shorter driver. So what is this ping in comparison to all these?
This one's shorter than this.
How long is yours, Adam?
Mine, I think mine is 1 inch under standard.
44?
Yeah.
Or 44 and a half? Or
I think Callaway standard's about 1/4 of an inch over the industry
45
standard.
and a quarter?
Yeah, so mine's an inch under the industry standard, so. But anyways, I don't know. I just, we've been sitting here, working around with these. I mean, listen, I would highly recommend, just utilizing the resources with the team and whatnot, or coming down and having me set you up with just getting the driver fitting or the wood fitting,
Yeah.
Because your irons are great.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about this, and I don't want you to have to worry about the technology. We should always have the right equipment, especially with your good golf swing. But
I think something you can look at is just hit a couple more shots with my driver here, and a shorter driver and take it. Dude, I'd let you play it.
It's like I cut it down last time, and then my teammate's drive was also short. The one that I was hitting good. I mean, like it was a little bit. I think it was probably like 2 inches shorter. I think it was like your length, probably a little bit shorter than that. I know it was just about straighter than what I had. So yeah, just cut it down, I guess.
I mean, I just want it done right. I don't want to cut it down, jack the shaft up. I want to see you just get the right.
A little bit, so now the left here, zoom right by the back of the ball, okay?
I mean, the one thing I'll tell you is it's a lot tighter of a ball flight with mine immediately, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much easier to control around you. I think that's a no-brainer, buddy, and your setup looks great like that. I'm going to show you that on film. Do it again.
There it was. The divot, right? You didn't get a divot. The ground moved here this time.
What a nice ball flight.
Go ahead and set up.
So here's the thing. It's been pretty funny over the years. I have, at some points, in a 14 club set, been down a putter, a 3-wood, a hybrid, a 7-iron because someone's broke, a putter. Dude, last year at one point I had 6 clubs in my bag because they were all being used by my players in competition. I thought that was funny last year. But you are, if you want to, when's your next tournament? Yeah, it's right. I knew it was coming out. I mean, dude, look how I'm playing here. It's not like it's going to get a lot better than that. It's right out of the center. It's more about, to me, look at the setup.
Yeah, it looks better.
Doesn't that look better? It looks better because it looks more relaxed. It looks a little bit more over it than I'm accustomed to you being. And as we said, it just allows you to play a little more underneath you as opposed to reaching a little
Find the
bit.
rhythm of it. You can give your backswing a little more rhythm. You know what I mean? It's a little...
I mean, I asked my coach if he can order it. He's like, yeah, if you want a shaft, just tell me. So if I can just order your shaft with your length.
Does it feel good, Matt? Like that?
Yeah, definitely feel a lot better.
And here's the thing, he knows this is not the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Like I've every single time because we had this issue with the 3-wood as well, and I think it was,
I mean, we've been working on it.
it was the 3-wood right here, and it was the same shaft, and I had said, hey, just hit this a few times, and immediately, and I was
tighter.
It's just tighter. It's just tighter. And the way that I would say it is this: it's because we took a pretty stiff shaft and cut this down a little bit. It probably got a little bit tighter. The shaft's a little stiffer, right?
Yeah.
As a result, and that being said, there's also a little bit when you think about when you cut a club down, technique-wise. Look here. I have a wedge and a 3-wood. Think about this. One, I'm going to be playing more around my body.
Yeah.
One, I'm going to be playing more underneath my body, right? So, that being said, the one that's going around, the club face is not typically as square to the target as long as possible, right?
Yeah.
It's just naturally a little bit more around. But when I grab this club, I'm over the ball naturally a little bit more. My hands are underneath me. Everything's going to be a little bit more down the line, easier. So I believe that, for you, when you get a golf club that is a little bit shorter or at my specs, it does allow you to be over it a little bit more. And it's still, to me, it just helps the technique.
Yeah.
Keeps you on top of the golf ball and doesn't allow you to get too underneath, which has sometimes been a tendency, correct? Yeah. So, excuse me. But I believe it might help you. And it's not much. And you see a lot of guys doing it. There's a lot of really tall guys out there on tour that are actually cutting their clubs down, upwards of an inch.
Yeah.
And when you hit it as long as you do, we're just looking for fairways all the time.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
1 and 2.
Dude, that is awesome right there. All right, I'm down a driver. Hey, here's the good news. This is actually, you're doing me a favor. Because remember the doctor said because of this hernia, I can't swing full speed. So
you are taking away the temptation to rip that club. I'm so bummed. Since I've had this Maverick, I have not been able to take a full cut at it once.
Here, hit one.
It's depressing. No. It's pretty, no.
Hit one before at least.
No. You know what the speed? This is what I got right now. Ready? This is all I've been able to do with the driver in the last week.
This video is good, dog.
Yeah, this is all I've been able to do. It's a good drill too. Trying to be super controlled.
Now make this turn, but look where's the middle of your sternum? Up there, right? This full back swing.
And to get to go dead straight, it's hard to do, right? That's I used to work on that drill a little bit, just to work on feeling the club face through impact. But
This is what I heard Davis Love's dad told Davis Love Jr. Jr. was like, how do I hit the ball farther? And he's like, hit it in the center of the face, dead straight 50 yards with your driver.
so my whole point was, and I'm so glad Gabe just said that. I didn't want to dig too far into that, but that was hit dead out of the middle, and it was dead straight. That is very hard to do when swinging soft. Very hard. I encourage everybody to try that. The amount of connection in the core to work that golf club around and actually have that face square at the point of impact, and the awareness the body has to have in order to create that feeling. It takes a minute. It takes a minute. So it's one thing when, you know, athleticism takes over and the hands take over and you just get a little bit lucky through impact sometimes and it just goes straight, versus really guaranteeing that everything has to be perfect in order to make that happen. And that's what the slower swing actually makes people do. Definitely worth a try. I love watching people work slow drivers, but not just slow hitting it like 20 less, slow hitting it like 50 yards, 100 yards in the air. That's it, okay? But no, right now we're gonna rip it. Keep it classy. Oh,
Come on.
that's keeping it classy.
Come on.
Those high draws we were talking about. That's like the high 1 yard. Let's go. This kid just came up a driver.
You need to be getting something that's like, you know,
Came
earnings.
for a lesson, left with a $500 driver.
Sell it, and then you get the lesson back.
Those are money.
Hey, that thing sits in my bag. Okay, it looks pretty. So my whole point is I'd rather have this guy put it to use.
Especially if you're hitting like that.
Dude,
No brainer.
Like that.
you know, but here's the thing. Doesn't it make you kind of trust me hopefully a little bit more now when I've told you for a while? Dude, your golf swing is so good. Like, it's so good. And the angles don't lie. I mean, when you produce a certain path and you have a certain control of the club face, which I see almost every time in your swings, certain ball flights, when they happen, it raises a red flag in me. And I just look at it and I go, that's just not my guy here. That's technology. That's a golf club. So, you know, and my dad was really big on that when I was growing up. I'll tell a quick story. He had a chance to talk to Earl Woods, Tiger's father, and I said, hey, what's the greatest advice, you know, you could give a junior golfer's dad? And Earl said, never skimp on instruction and equipment. And my dad took that to heart with me. He always had me fit, consistently, you know, I was going to say consistently growing. I didn't want to get myself into a trap there. Haven't grown in a while, but no, consistently growing and having to change, equipment often. And that's, I can't even imagine your height, how many times you've had to change, you know, but.
I think I've done it like once a year.
Yeah.
It's probably like 12, 13.
Right? You have to, no choice.
Yeah, it grows so much.
That's what I'm
So I
saying.
grow an inch each summer pretty much. Until now.
And I would tell you, Matt, that's the hardest part about a junior golfer's development right there. Just the growth and keeping the setup consistent when all the angles are changing. It's cool. But it's all part of it. Yeah, let's hit the 3-wood. We hope you guys enjoyed our lesson with Matt today. What an incredible young guy. Awesome golf swing. Really fun guy to be around. We're looking forward to seeing what the future has in store for him. Any questions you guys have, please ask down below. We'll be more than happy to get back to you. Porzak Golf is here for you. Please click the link in our description and pick up your free video course. Thank you guys so much.